Hello, what's up guys? I'm Kyle from KGR, and today we are going to be taking a look at the SH Figuarts Pac-Man figure. Now, I was excited for this figure for a couple of months for a couple of reasons. Number one, I played Pac-Man World on PS1 way back in the day when I was in like elementary school. I didn't play much of Pac-Man World 2 or 3 because I couldn't afford them, but I played Pac-Man World 1 a lot. And I always wanted an action figure of Pac-Man since I was little, and nothing really came out. Nothing really existed. I mean, we have the amiibo over here, but that's just a little statue. It's not a full-on action figure. And as a kid, I love like full-on action figures from any cartoons or games I played. I always wanted to be a toy collector since I was a young lad. Now, I can afford it a little bit. Also, it's the 40th anniversary for Pac-Man, so if you feel old yet, I apologize. But more importantly, the main reason why I was super excited for this was it was only $20 with a giant asterisk on it. For me, I imported this from Hobbylink Japan, so I paid $30 shipping to get this as soon as possible so I can get this review out as soon as possible. But thankfully, you guys don't have to pay that. In the description, there's going to be a link to Amazon. It's an affiliate link, so it helps me out a little bit. But more importantly, it's $20, Amazon Prime shipping, and it comes out at the end of July. So if you really want this thing, go for it. By the way, go for it. It's a good figure. I love this thing. But let's take a look at the box real quick before I open it up. But normally I don't do that, but I do have a very important thing to say about this box. Number one, you know, the Pac-Man retro motif on the front, which is okay. But if you haven't noticed yet, see this thing back here? I can see you from a little peephole in here. This thing indicates that this is going to be sold in stores. And I've seen SH Figuarts at like GameStop, Target, maybe Walmart. I don't remember. I haven't been to Walmart in forever. Normally, SH Figuarts never includes a little hanger like this for a peg. But because the figure is only 20 bucks and they're doing this, they're probably gonna put this in stores. Well, on the sides of the box, we've got like different poses of Pac-Man, which is normal. And then on the back, it shows what it mostly comes with. We see like the different accessories like the cherry and the ghost. I forget what the ghost's name is, and I know, call me a fake fan, but then we got Pac-Man in a couple of different poses. So I'm super excited for this. Like I was so hyped when this thing came in the mail. So let's open him up and take a closer look. And here is the OG Ghost Hunter himself, Pac-Man. Now, when I took him out of the box, I immediately fell in love with this figure. Like, I've been very harsh in my past couple figure reviews because of the price. But because this figure is only $20, there are some nitpicks I have. I won't lie, I'll point them out. But I'm willing to write them off because the thing's only 20 bucks. Like, this is a figure I've always wanted since I was a kid. I kind of got over it. Like, I didn't think I needed it, but now that it exists, I'm so happy I bought it. This is amazing. I love this so much. He is the cutest little thing. Oh my goodness. Like, he looks excellent for a Smash Brothers display. Like, when it comes to the sculpt and paint work, they nailed it. Like, for an SH Figuarts standard, like, this is the perfect Pac-Man figure. I don't think it's gonna get any better than this. Like, there are some nitpicks, like, we'll get into that right now, actually. Like, the one thing I wish they could have done, like, you see this little metal piece right here? I don't think that was completely necessary. I wish they didn't do that, because if you look into the shoulders, you see a little yellow circle in there. I wish they could have did that on the sides as well, but you also see that on the legs. I just realized that now, actually, but I'll live with it. I'll give it a pass, I guess. And the hinges are pretty tight. The legs going back and forth, that is a little bit looser than I want it to be, but like, if you stand him up, he's not gonna like immediately shift and lose his balance, which some might be saying that this design is really ugly, which I'm not gonna lie, it's not the prettiest, but it works. I love the way it functions. Like, for example, if I want Pac-Man to be jumping up in the air and having him looking up, he can do it with no compromises. If I want him to look down and be like, hey, why did someone take their dog on a walk and not clean up their poop? And then Pac-Man's very angry about it. Don't let that smile deceive you. No, he is angry. But all jokes aside, like this is the perfect Pac-Man figure. I don't care what you say. This is perfection, especially for $20. It is absolutely worth every penny. This is god tier. And the way he scales next to, like, let's say the SH Figuarts Mario or even some of the Figmas and stuff. Like if you're trying to have a Smash Brothers display, this is perfect. You need this figure. And I love the paint work. I love the sculpt work. Like they did such a good job. Like this, I love everything. Like even those little mittens. Like, oh man, and especially if he like curls them up, he curls up his elbows. Like, look at that. This figure is so cute. I love him so much. I didn't know how bad I needed a Pac-Man figure until now. Oh, man, I love this. Like this, buy it. Please buy it. This is a great figure. Also, let's go over his articulation, because with his little cartoony design, obviously there's going to be some drawbacks, but for the poses that you're going to be doing with Pac-Man, you're not missing out on too much. So, there is no head articulation. we'll throw that one out there. And there's also no neck movement, no ab crunches, nothing like that. So I'm sorry to disappoint you, but let's move over to the shoulders. So they're on ball hinges, so you can move them wherever you need to. You can swing them side to side. And then I think we got a hinge. I think it's up in here, up in here, up in here. Yeah, so you can move that if you need to. That little snap, don't worry about that. Don't be scared. I'm a little bit. Then we got the 90-degree elbow, as you can see over here, which is nice. But it can also go backwards a little bit, which is a little off-putting. But at least you know which way is supposed to actually bend. So 90 degrees. I mean, for Pac-Man, it's fine. We don't need double jointed elbows. We're fine. Then we got a ball peg at the wrists, so you can move this wherever you need to. You can have him swing up and ready to punch Little Mac and Smash Brothers. And then the legs, okay, the legs are actually kind of interesting. So, okay, obviously you got the little mechanism down here, so you can move that front to back. Then we got a hinge right here, so you can move that forward and back. It is a little bit tight, so I'll fair warn you about that. It is a little tight, okay? And then, of course, you can rotate that if you need to. And then at the knee, he does bend, or I guess the top of the boot, I should say. That articulates. And they also sculpted a little bit of boot in there, so not completely ruin the illusion, so that's nice. And then at the base of the boot, or the base of the ankle, I guess, this is also interesting. So we got a hinge in there. I'm not sure how well you can see that, but there's a hinge, so you can move that forward and back. But then when it tries to come to an ankle rocker, what they do is have a ball peg going towards the toes, so you can twist that left and right, no problem. Like, they engineered this thing very well. The legs have the most science to it. Like, this is incredible. Like, the legs are really tight to move, so it's a little bit annoying to mess with it, but, like, at least you know it's not loose. If it was too loose, then he wouldn't be able to stand up by himself. That would be very annoying. So I'd rather have it be a little bit too tight than a little too loose, you know? So I'm not gonna fault that. Like, that's not bad. And then we also got a few accessories for Pac-Man. I mean, for a $20 figure, he does come with enough. Technically on paper, it's not a lot, but for Pac-Man, it's good. He comes with a good amount. Now let's start with his hands. Obviously he comes with his little fists that he comes with outside the box. Then he also comes with thumbs up. Only one, no. And then we have his giant open hands, which he's trying to give you a big hug right now. He's turning 40. He doesn't want to have a giant mental breakdown and having a midlife crisis. Please just give him a hug. Don't make him do anything stupid. And then we have extra faces. So we got this face that he comes with out of the box, which is just a standard smiley face, you know, the standard Pac-Man face. And then we get this winking face. Now let me show you how to take this out. It's not too difficult. Push the legs back as far as you can if you want. It makes it a little bit easier. Then I suggest putting my thumb in here and then grab by the eyebrows. Then if you want to hold on to his arm or something, you can do that, or hold on to his legs and then just pull. It's not too hard to get it out. You just gotta know where to grab and just pull. It's not too tight in there. So we got a couple points of contact. We got these 3 pegs right in here, and then everything just slides in. But every once in a while, it's not too often, but it actually happened to me right before the review. But they also say it in the instructions as well, which is kind of ironic, that sometimes his legs will just slide out. But if they do, it's not a big problem. You just slide it back in. Real easy, no problem. Then take that face, put that in there, and then bing bada boom. Now he's winking at you. He's saying, "How you doing, girl? Let me steal you." And of course, we gotta do the famous Pac-Man thumbs up pose like that you see on the amiibo. Yeah! Hold on. Let me pull out the amiibo. Okay, I can fix that. I can match that. Give me a sec. Yeah! I mean, I can't get the legs perfectly like lined up like that because compromising with the figure. But like, this is pretty close enough. Like, man, look at that! Ah, I love it! Ah! And we also got a few more accessories. We got the Ghost. If you know his name, drop it in the comments. And then we also got a Cherry. Now, the Cherry, the Ghost, and even Pac-Man himself all have peg holes. So on the back, you see that. On the back, you see that. On the back, you see nothing. But you got a little booty hole right there. Hello. Unfortunately, he doesn't come with a stand. In the pictures, they show it with a stand, and I wish it would have said that the stand was sold separately, because I was under the impression that I was going to get another stand for this figure. So, I'm a little disappointed by that, but again, it's only 20 bucks. I can get over that very easily. And if you're picking them up for your Smash Brothers display, we should probably do some size comparisons. I don't have a lot of options that I feel like bringing down, because they're set up so well and I don't feel like ruining my display. So we got ourselves a very dusty SH Figuarts Mario. Okay, Pac-Man looks a little bit taller, but I promise it's fine. We got the Nendoroid Sonic, because that's the only high-end Sonic that we really got, and I kind of wish we had more. And also very dusty. I mean, he looks fine. We got a very dusty Figma Link who's crouched, so I'm not sure how it's gonna really work for the scale all that much. And he looks fine. I know my figures are dusty. I should have been more prepared, but take what you got. The only small bummer that we might have is how he compares to, let's say, the Nendoroid Toon Link and Kirby, because you'd expect Kirby and Pac-Man to be around the same size, but the Nendoroid Kirby is much smaller compared to Pac-Man, so that might throw you off a bit. Keep that in mind. But these are fine. But it also has me curious, what if Nendoroid did a Pac-Man? Would they do the magnets like they did with Kirby? Or what would they do? But I'm happy that SH Figuarts did it instead, because it is a Bandai company, Namco Bandai. And also, just look at him. He looks great. He doesn't look dusty yet, but give it a couple of months. He's going to be very dusty. So overall, what are my thoughts on this figure? Let's be real. There's not much I have to complain about this figure. There's almost one other face I wish it could have included, which I can pop up right here if I have it. Like him having like a little O face, but I'm not going to complain. For $20, this is the perfect Pac-Man figure. Like, this is the perfect Pac-Man figure, period. I'm not sure what they're going to do to top this. I'm not sure if they ever will top this. If you're a Pac-Man fan, if you want a Smash Brothers display, this is the perfect figure. I don't care what you say. This is going to be great. And if you're thinking, I kind of wish you could take off his arms and legs so he can be like standard Pac-Man, don't worry, they got you covered. They're coming out with a replica of Pac-Man where you hold him by his sides and he has a wheel on the bottom and he goes waka waka waka, which I can do a review on that if you want. I'm picking that up. But when it comes to Pac-Man, this is it. This is the perfect figure. Please, I'm begging you, pick this thing up. It's great. There'll be multiple links in the description, but I highly recommend going through Amazon, because again, it helps me out, but more importantly, it's the cheapest option right now. And also, you might be able to find this in stores. If you've seen it in stores, you know, after you watch this, months after this video goes up, let me know in the comments. Please do. And that's it for the video. I have no photo shoot for this figure because I just never got around to it. And there's not really much I can really do with this when it comes to photography. Maybe I could take him outside, make him go on a real life adventure. I haven't done that yet. I probably should. But if you're new and you like what you saw, you know what to do. You've seen a YouTube video before. In the description, there's all my social media, including my Instagram. So if you like action figures, you would probably love my action figure photography that I do every once in a while. So please follow that if you'd want. And when it comes to upcoming figure reviews, I also plan on taking a look at the Nendoroid Crash Bandicoot. So get excited for that. And we're also going to be getting the Ultima Gear Millennium Puzzle model kit. So I'm going to take a look at that. I try and upload every Friday. It's not always a figure review, but I always try to put out something. And I also live stream, so you can talk to me in the chat about action figures or anime or video games or whatever floats your boat. Please hang out. And maybe I'll stream Pac-Man World. How about that? Yeah, we could do that. But anyway, thank you so much for hanging out. I hope you enjoyed this review. Let me know in the comments if you're picking this thing up because he's so worth it. Please do. And thank you so much for watching. My name's Kyle, and I'll see you on the next one. So peace, peace.